Which project management software do you recommend? So that's an interesting one. I'm very much into tools. I've got a technical background. I have been doing web development for many years. So I have been probably testing roughly 20 different project management systems over the years. Some team members of mine know that we have been switching quite a bit, and I always ended up with one system I really can recommend, which is Teamwork. So teamwork.com is a very solid project management system. They even have like a support ticket integration and even a chat, I think, if you want to use it. We only use the project management system. And the thing I really like about Teamwork is that it allows me to define the permissions and define who can see what. For example, we sometimes have external collaborators helping us with content creation, for example, or video creation or whatever. And they don't have to see everything on a project. They don't only have to see their part, which is, for example, the video production. So what we can do with Teamwork, which doesn't work, I think, with Asana, or at least I didn't when I last checked it out, is that we define permissions for this external collaborator to just see this section while my team sees the entire project. And this is a very flexible approach for us. It allows us to work with the best people on every aspect that do not have to have in-depth knowledge or see data or information, etc., about the entire project. But we can still have one project focused on a client or on a particular task, and they can just be brought in. Another thing I like about Teamwork is that you can define templates. So for example, whenever we do a site audit, there are certain steps we want to make sure we do. Our site audits have 4 phases, for example. So there is a task for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. When they are ready, I get them to revise and to analyze and to add my grain of salt, my 2 cents to them. And we also have like a process, what happens before an audit. We have like a briefing with the client, what happens after the audit. We have a call with the client, what happens afterwards. We usually reach out and see how things are going, and if we can help with implementation. So we have like a template. So whenever there is an audit coming in, I'll take this template and create this, and it's going to assign all kinds of tasks around the audit performance or the audit execution to the different team members. Some tasks are for me, some tasks are for the team. And this makes it very easy to follow a standardized process and guarantee you get to the same level of quality on every single audit we do. Another thing about Teamwork I really like is the support. So they are outstanding, very quick support, very quick resolution of any questions we have. Initially, Teamwork might seem a little bit more complex than maybe Asana, which essentially is a long task list and a team section. But I do have to say that once you get used to using it a little bit, it's a very flexible approach. You can copy and paste screenshots, we often do. You can add files. You have a lot of functionalities we don't even touch. We probably use 25% of what Teamwork really does, but we have had great success with it. We also have time tracking there in case you want to have your team track the time on tasks, and then you can just say how much time has been spent. We do this with external collaborators, for example. We pay by the hour, and they just track their time. We know how much time they have spent on certain tasks. They invoice us based on their Teamwork time tracking, for example, and that also works very well. So teamwork.com is really something I can very much recommend.